Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your October 2022 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Gemini and take a look at all things related to love. Whether you are currently single, perhaps you're partnered up, maybe you're going through some challenges at this time with someone that's close to your heart, whether it's a family member, a friend, a child, a parent, or a lover. We'll dive into it all. So just a friendly reminder, these are general readings. Please do take what resonates, Gemini, and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right away here, we have the Chickens card, which talks about being in the moment. I'm really liking this energy right away here for you, Gemini, because I feel at times both of you may have been scared to commit. Both of you may have been scared to take that leap, or both of you may have been scared to say I'm sorry or say I love you first here. There's just an energy here of wanting to come together. Again, it doesn't have to be just intimate love. This can be between you and a very important person that's on your heart, on your mind here. Now, you being in the moment with this person is what's going to create more peace, create more balance. I am sensing here that it took a little bit of time to create some sort of stability within a dynamic. Some of you may have had to overcome some external influences. It could have been trauma that you've had to deal with. It could have been betrayal. At times it could have been, the ups and downs that life throws at us. So I do feel that a very important life lesson that you've learned here is to be more in the moment, is to enjoy the time that you spend with the people that love you and have your support. Now, Gemini, on a collective level, not just for you, but for everyone, including the people around you, I feel like October is the month for examining what is working, what is not. Are the people that you surround yourself with giving you that equal give and take? Is there mutual respect? Is there trust? Is there a communal type of back and forth energy here where people are willing to talk things through and find solutions? Or are people fleeing from an energy because they're scared of maybe deepening intimacy or scared of commitment, or maybe they're not emotionally available or ready to step up into that next level here? Because Gemini, you are advancing and your soul is advancing. And one thing that's very important for you is being in the moment, not letting the past triggers come up and interfere with your present happiness, not letting the past experiences show up and jeopardize the happiness that you have coming in now. Now, we do have upcoming adventure, Gemini. This is beautiful. This is about you going on some sort of outing. It could be, again, with a family member, with a loved one, with an intimate partner here, with a spouse or a significant other, with your children. But I am feeling that you are either taking a trip or you're planning one in the month of October that's really going to allow you a lot of happiness and to be more in the moment. Some of you have needed to pause, and you've really been through a lot when it comes to matters of the heart, and you've had to reevaluate and figure out what has worked for you in the past and what has came into at times jeopardize. What triggers have you worked through? What difficulties and challenges or even limiting beliefs have you had to work through? So I am sensing that there's fun times ahead here showing up for you, Gemini, with the people that love you and that you love. Now, I've been feeling this as well for many, many months. I feel October, November, and December are going to bring a lot of breakthroughs for a lot of partnerships, a lot of realizations, especially on that spiritual sense where you're realizing why you have a soul contract with a specific person or in a specific soul tribe. It could be about coming back together in friendships or calling in connections, soul contracts that are here to teach you. But there are spiritual realizations that you have coming in here, especially between the next, I want to say, even 4 to 12 weeks, where you're doing what you need to do to grow and evolve, but you're also letting go of addictions, patterns, habits, limiting beliefs, karmic cycles or things that have held you back from really opening your heart in the past, Gemini, you are growing and you are evolving at a very rapid pace, especially again in October, November, and December. So Gemini, let's dive into your main energy here for the month of October and see what is going on with you. Temperance, yes, you've come a long way. You've had to be very patient, maybe with yourself, with others around you. Some of you had to really figure out how to temper your emotions, because sometimes we could let those emotions get the best of us. And sometimes we need to kind of rein in on our impulses or our urges here. But what I'm getting is that you've waited a long time to fully open your heart up and embrace a union, or maybe again, a union doesn't have to just be romantic, although for a lot of you it is. This can be embracing a very important connection in your life because you've been doing the healing. There's been a lot of pain. There has been a lot of hurt here, Gemini, but I feel like you're on that right track. You're on the right track of opening yourself up to new opportunities. You're being more patient with the people around you. And sometimes patience isn't always our strong suit here, Gemini. So kudos to you if you have mastered, or at least being able to become aware of when your patience is growing thin. And I do feel for you. This is about moderating as well. It is about compromise, self-control. It's about healthy boundaries, but also not setting expectations for other people or yourself that cause disappointment. You're saying, you know, I want to go with the flow. I want to achieve happiness by being in the moment, not setting expectations of what I think the future should look like or what the past should have been. I'm staying more in the moment. And with that, it's allowing you more patience and more peace. Let's dive in and clarify this energy. Now, I won't clarify every single card that comes up unless I feel the need, but I am feeling here that you've come a long way. Yeah, because you may have felt left out in the cold. You may have felt isolated. Some of you maybe were only children, or you were the M&M child where you were either the oldest or maybe even the youngest, or you just felt alienated in some way here. Because the Five of Pentacles can be that some of you have been single for quite some time, but what you're realizing now is right here, right now is what you have. So if you had went through, especially during Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Libra, I feel like you're taking a look at how far you've come, and you're not being so hard on yourself, Gemini, because some of you can certainly tend to be hard on yourself. But I feel like you're going towards more happiness. You're going towards finding that soul tribe, opening your heart up to new love. There's second chances I feel coming in here for you, but there's also spiritual realizations that are going to open you up to a level of love or a level of that heart that you haven't felt for either quite some time or ever. Let's take a look and see what's challenging your energy or what's crossing your path here, Gemini, in the month of October. Queen of Materials, Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is an energy of you making sure that you aren't suffocating your own energy. Maybe you're not locking yourself in saying, you know, I don't necessarily want to go out of the house. If you want to open your heart up and meet new people, this can be saying yes. Now, they're just telling me here that someone may have asked you out. It could have been on a date, or it could have been a friend or, you know, a client or a coworker that said, hey, Gemini, you want to go out after work for some dinner or some beverages, or do you want to come to Friday game night? So I feel like there's opportunities. They're showing me an invitation. Now this could even be a wedding invitation or just an invitation to go out and enjoy life more. I feel like if you're normally used to saying no, or if you're normally used to saying, well, I don't think I really want to do that. I'd rather stay in, you know, eating ice cream on the couch and watching Netflix. I feel like it'd be very good for you this month, Gemini, to open yourself up to saying yes to new opportunities. If you are wanting to grow and evolve and attract love into your life. Now, the Queen of Materials, which is the Queen of Pentacles here, this is all about you being practical, very down to earth, very resourceful, but it's also about others enjoying the fruits of your labors. This can be about you hosting an event as well. Some of you may say, I'm having a group of people coming over for dinner or a barbecue on Saturday or whatever this is here for you. So you may want to step outside your comfort zone and enjoy being in the moment more in the month of October. Now, some of you could even be hosting an upcoming adventure, whether it is a wedding, whether it is a baby shower, whether it is a work event, whatever this is for you. There's just something that I'm sensing you are hosting, you're taking care of, but make sure that you're giving other people room to breathe, but you yourself are also taking care of you first and foremost. This is also about you not hanging on so tightly. Allow yourself, your heart to open. Allow yourself to converse with other people that may be outside of your norm. Because I feel for you, this could also be a family trip, or even a family adventure or holiday that you're planning in the future. I feel like opening up your heart to saying yes to an invitation or giving out an invitation. It could even be for a birthday party or maybe healing a family dynamic here. I feel staying open and staying very homey and down to earth is going to be the best case scenario here for you. Let's pull one more card for this Queen of Pentacles. So it doesn't matter if you're female or male, Gemini, but this is about you opening yourself up to meeting new people, to saying yes to new opportunities. What do we have here? Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Good, good. So the Six of Pentacles is about a gift from the universe. This is about equal give and take. So again, you may actually be coming across the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's very up in your energy, whether this is your mother, whether it's a sister, it could be a friend, and you may be saying, is this person draining me of my energy, or are they wanting the best for me but going about it in a roundabout way? Or this could be, roles can be reversed here, but I feel like you may be looking at this energy here, this Queen of Pentacles. Someone who can at times be very smothering, be very overbearing, here. I feel like this is about you kind of allowing yourself some breathing room to enjoy the moment and take a look and saying, is this equal? Is this beneficial both ways here? So I feel like if something was one-sided, you're finding solutions to bring about a balance. If there was an invitation put out there, I feel like you may be considering giving out an invitation or accepting one as well, because I feel like there's a gift coming in here for you. But let's take a look and move on with your reading. What's below you? What's the foundation for Gemini? All right, we do have the Devil energy showing up. How would you like these here, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, we have a big group of cards that fell out here, but we're going to go with them all. Oh, I love this. Okay, so what we have here is we do have the Devil energy. So Gemini, some of you may have been in a relationship that was toxic, whether this is you or both of you. I feel like it takes two to tango sometimes, or you may have felt like someone was pulling on your strings, whether this Queen of Pentacles here, someone who may have been breathing down your neck or breathing down your back, or very controlling at times. Now, for others of you, this can be about addictions. It can be about fears, manipulation. It can even be about codependency. And I feel like it's very important that you are reclaiming your power. And that's what I'm sensing you doing here, which we talked about in the very beginning. Not worrying about the past and the future, because what that does is it takes away from now and it controls. I feel like this is about you taking a look at whatever those temptations were, whatever those obsessions were, or whatever you felt like you had a tight rein on, or if it was a person that had a tight rein on you, or releasing expectations here, you're reclaiming that power, which is in a sense very powerful. So what's happening in the past here? 10 of Voices, 10 of Swords. You're getting over something that was difficult for you here, because 10 of Swords here is showing up in reverse, which I do read intuitively, but this is about recovering. It is about coming out of denial. It is about telling yourself, wow, maybe I was codependent in that situation, or maybe this person was controlling me, or maybe I lost control of myself. And you ended a cycle here, whether you actually walked away from a person in the past, or you just ended a dynamic that you and you alone had the power over here, the control to end something. And I feel like it may have been difficult for you to let go of whatever this toxicity was, but it's allowing you to live in the moment. It's allowing you to bring in more happiness, more success when it comes to matters of the heart. So what's above you, Gemini? We have the Two of Voices. Two of Voices is showing up here. So this is saying that you are not lying to yourself about what needs to be done any longer here. Whatever this is in the past that you knew you needed to let go of, you're making a decision to let it go once and for all. Now, this can be shame. It can be bitterness. It can be jealousy. It can be insecurities. It can be emotions. It doesn't have to be a physical person. For some of you it is, but it can be a person, place, or thing, or a pattern, a habit, an addiction, a dynamic. And I feel like you finally are taking off the blindfolds. You're realizing that something maybe was toxic. Some of you, it could have been the fears. If you were single, you may have been saying to yourself, I want love, but I'm not willing to maybe say yes to the opportunities. And I feel like there's a lot of opportunities coming in for you in October. Now, if you are in a relationship, you may be finally acknowledging the patterns that have kept you both from really growing and evolving in this relationship, taking it to the next level. For some of you, you may be in a relationship that's just been back and forth, and you're saying to yourself, wow, I've lost touch with who I am. I've lost touch with this resourceful, homey, excited, practical, down-to-earth, beautiful person that I am here because of some sort of controlling energy, and I'm releasing and letting it go once and for all, whether it's an old past person, whether it's a dynamic you're in now. But the Two of Voices says you're definitely making a decision. Now let's dive in and clarify some of this energy for you. Okay, Spirit wants to talk about the future first before we do that. Now, we do have the Eight of Emotions, Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is exactly what we've been talking about here. You are walking away from anything that is not fulfilling to your heart, that is a challenge to you, or something that you've put in a lot of work and realized that you've hit a glass ceiling, that either this person will never change, or you want to grow deeper intimacy in a relationship, or you want a stronger bond between you and a family member, or you and a child. So you're willing to put in the work that it takes here to go deeper. Because what does the Eight of Cups walk towards? They're Nine of Cups. They're happily ever after. And you actually, I'm going to just give you a little bit of a sneak peek here. You have the Nine of Cups showing up in your environment. So what are you walking towards? Your Nine of Cups. And literally the way that they're placed here, you have the future position here, and you have your environment, and you're walking straight towards your wish fulfillment. So whatever you've been wishing for, whatever, which I feel like it's to get rid of anything that holds you back here, whatever tempts you to close your heart down, whether it's self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, telling yourself you're not worthy, you'll never find love, or a relationship will never grow. Whatever this is here, you're saying, I'm doing what I'm doing that's best for me, that's best in this relationship. I'm growing, I'm healing, I'm evolving, and you certainly are. And that's what this is all about. You're having a spiritual realization that is allowing you to live in the moment, to bring in happiness, and to bring in positivity. This is beautiful. Let's just back up here and clarify. Spirit, can you please tune into the energy of the devil? What is going on with this devil? Tell me a little more about that. Page of Wands. Page of Wands with this devil energy can be about opportunities for growth, opportunities for maturity. Sometimes we tend to get bored, or we get too eager, or we get unpredictable, or sometimes we may jump in head first, right? This can be that impulsive energy. We may do things out of impulse, or whether it is, again, addictions, or whether we jump from people to people, or we impulsively or compulsively think of something repetitively, obsessively. So I feel like this is about you overcoming those thoughts. Now let's take a look and see what this ending is all about. I feel like it has to do with this devil, but let's just take a look at this Ten of Swords showing up for you. There it is. Yeah, Ten of Swords is about you letting go of something so you can have your wish fulfillment. You have the Nine of Cups showing up twice in your reading here. There is something blocking you from having this in the past. I mean, whatever this is for you, this devil energy, it was certainly blocking you from your wishes coming true. But you're acknowledging that now. You're making a decision to lead and live a better life because you know something wasn't good for you in the past. And by releasing that energy, you're walking straight towards that. And it may be happening sooner than you think. And I feel like Gemini, some of you may be regretting the time that you've lost or time that you've spent maybe going back and forth or being ruled by this devil energy. But that is how we evolved. That is what we needed to go through with that Page of Wands to grow on that emotional level here. Let's take a look and clarify the Eight of Cups showing up in the near future. What do we have for Gemini? Eight of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups and the Five of Swords. Yes. So this is about you knowing when to fight for something and when to walk away. And I feel like I'm getting actually a different energy intuitively from the Five of Swords. Sometimes this can be a win at all costs. I'm going to step on your toes and your toes and your toes to get what I want. But I feel like this is about you stepping on any of these toxic patterns and traits and you saying, you know what, I'm going to win at all costs. I'm going to fight against this devil energy and I'm going to live and lead with my best life. So yeah, I'm going to step on that insecurity. I'm going to step on that obsessive thought. I'm going to step through those fears. I'm going to push through those challenges. And that's what you're fighting for here. And because you're willing to do the work, you're willing to release and reclaim your power. That's what I sense here with this Five of Swords. It's actually going to allow you to open your heart. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is about a new relationship. It can be about playfulness. It can be about a message coming in of love. And I feel like that's what's happening here is some of you are finally saying to yourself, I'm going to win because I'm letting go, because I'm fighting not against another person, but against my own limiting beliefs and my own toxic behaviors or my own codependency or triggers here. So I feel like you're putting up a darn good fight and with yourself. But the good news is you're getting that fish. That's the grand prize here. And it may at times feel like it slips out from underneath you, but the fish is jumping out of that golden cup here. And I feel like that's your prosperity. That's your happiness. That's your abundance. And you have it in the palm of your hand here. And it's something that you've been working on for quite some time. Now let's take a look and see what you're telling yourself. Nine of Voices in reverse, Nine of Swords. You're telling yourself you're letting go of the sleepless nights, the anxiety, the worry, the drama, the fears, the obsessions. You're telling yourself no more because you're realizing that in order for you to fully embrace the moment, fully embrace a relationship that means a lot to you, that you can't hang on to what's happened in the past. You can't harbor some feelings of resentment, or you can't let a situation manipulate or control you any longer. You're breaking free from this, Gemini, and this is huge. You've done a lot of work and you've put a lot of work into this dynamic here. The Nine of Voices is about you finally being able to get that restful sleep here. You can see that it's almost like she's sleeping on clouds, right? After a time of not being able to sleep very well, there's finally rest coming in. Let's clarify this energy for you. Let's clarify, Gemini. What's this Nine of Swords all about? Some of you may have been walking on eggshells in a relationship, or you were very scared to maybe step on toes or hurt someone else, or you may have felt like people did that to you here. Yeah, and it made you feel a little bit alienated, a little bit left out, Gemini. And this is about you gaining that wisdom, and from the solitude, from the rejection, from the loneliness, you've actually matured in being through the darkest nights here. Wow. You have the Star. You've done some major healing. The Star card is all about inspiration. It's all about hope, divine guidance here. This is about you bringing more peace, positivity, and healing to your life because you're not giving up on those dreams. If anything, you're walking straight towards them, Gemini. So whatever those dreams are for you, which we'll clarify in a moment, which shall be different for each and every one of you. This is about wish fulfillment. So Gemini, you've done a lot of work. Pat yourself on the back. I feel like you're calling in your soul tribe. There could even be, they're giving me Three of Cups energy, celebrations coming up. There could even be news of weddings, announcements, births. There is an upcoming adventure here for you that you're quite excited to do. Now it could be a family getaway. It could be a gathering here again. They're showing me cards or games. Now, there could be some sort of a game night, whether this is Monopoly or Life, or it could be a newer game. They're giving me like a lot of laughing. Heads up I think could be the game name. But I feel like there could be a family game night or something that brings a lot of laughter and a lot of happy moments to the table, literally. But the Nine of Emotions, Nine of Cups, is showing up for you in the month of October, Gemini. So this is about your wishes coming true. This is about your going towards your 10 of Cups, which is your happily ever after and your kind of fairy tale ending. Now, I'm not saying that nothing is ever going to happen in the meantime and everything's going to be all, roses, but you're enjoying the moments and you're taking those challenges and those obstacles as you come. You're not waiting for them. And that's the difference between anxiety and fear. Is sometimes, yes, we get the moments of fear that come through fleeting. And then at times that anxiety cripples us and it doesn't allow us to live in the moment because we're so focused on the future or the past. What you're doing now is you're staying in a state of bliss. And if something shows up that's a challenge, an obstacle, you'll deal with it then. So this is powerful stuff, Gemini. Powerful stuff. You have some really wonderful heart-opening moments showing up here for you in October between you and someone that's on your heart. Page of Wands. Again here, Page of Wands, but it's in the upright. This Page of Wands, I feel like, is a new opportunity, a new message coming in here where someone has a lot of passion towards another person or a lot of passion for what it is that they do or what it is they're about to say. But there's passion coming in here quite strong. So get ready. Some of you may be receiving a message from a person here that has stirred your romantic interest, or this could be a passionate new beginning. Some of you are getting into a new relationship after being maybe single or isolated for quite some time, or if you've been going back and forth in a current dynamic, I feel like there's a new energy coming into the mix here. Let's see what your hopes and fears are, Gemini. What are your hopes and what are your fears? Page of Voices, a lot of new energy coming in here. Now, the hope is that you can stay curious and stay aware. Thank you, Spirit. They just gave me awareness. And usually awareness, that does have to do with the Page of Voices, because you can see here that she's wearing the glasses. I always like to think of the Page of Voices as like that private investigator, the one that is constantly searching for the truth, right? And Gemini, with you being that air sign, sometimes you can overthink. But the hope here is that the news that you do go and search for, if you must, right? The news, which I feel like you must, you're an air sign, so you are aware. The things that do come to your awareness, I feel like your hope is to have them be positive, right? And the things that do come into your awareness that are negative, that you can pay attention to the red flags and pay attention to the green flags, which I feel like I've been talking about more often than not. But it's about you staying curious, you staying inquisitive, continuing to search for the meaning of love and the meaning of happiness, and staying open to these new opportunities that are coming your way. I like this, Gemini. Let's get your final outcome for love, matters of the heart. Again, it doesn't matter if you're single. It doesn't matter if you're focused on self-love or if you're in a relationship. Just take the energies as they resonate to you. The stories are all going to be different, but the energy remains the same. What's the final outcome? 10 of Inspiration, 10 of Wands. You're going to continue to put in the work. And that's what I see you doing here, Gemini. You're going to continue to put in the work here. The work to release any of these toxic patterns, people, habits, behaviors, traits, whatever this double energy is for you. You're going to continue to put in the work to release the pain, release the past. Basically here, you're making a decision to move forward, and that's what you're doing. This is what you're working on. The 10 of Inspiration, the 10 of Wands, at times can feel like we're taking on a lot. It can be about taking on the burdens of others, taking on a lot of responsibilities. But what I'm feeling for you here is you're willing to put in the work. Now, some of you are hustling at this time. You're going to therapy. You may be practicing mindful meditation here. You may be having spiritual awakenings. Some of you are diving into the spiritual side, or you may be doing a lot of work on yourself or in a relationship, or love even for what it is that you're putting out into the world. It could be through your passions, through your hobbies, your career. I feel like this is an energy of not giving up. You have more fight in you, and you're going to get to that full embracing of the heart. I just heard here. Thank you, Spirit. Then, as I said, embrace, they gave me eclipse, total eclipse of the heart. So I think that's a song too, total eclipse of the heart. You may want to listen to those lyrics, but the good news, tens bring in new beginnings here. Endings bringing in new beginnings. You've completed a cycle here, or you're really close to a completion, but it's still going to be a little bit of fight within you, Gemini. Again, not a fight towards another person, but a fight for you to head towards that 10 of cups, that wish fulfillment, happily ever after, that happy family dynamic that you want for yourself. So let's clarify this 10 of wands for you. You're fixing yourself versus having to fix other people. Thank you, Spirit. Because the 10 of wands, if you've been listening to my readings, you know that 10 of wands can be a Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It type of personality, where you may attract people that may feel like they're broken or need fixing, or it's a relationship that is unstable or toxic. But what's happening here is there's a shifting in energies. There's an evolution, an evolvement here where you are maturing at a rapid pace. Finally, I just heard, finally, it's about time. But the 10 of wands is about, instead of you taking the weight of the world of everybody else, you're fixing what is, I don't want to say broken within yourself, but you're fixing some of the negative patterns or dynamics, Gemini, that you've had within yourself. And you're going to see that affects your whole outer world, that right there will stop you in the tracks of repeating some cycles that have been continuous for you. So right there is the answer. Wow. There it is. The major breakthrough, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is about a brand new beginning here, chasing dreams, being passionate, desiring each other. If it's a romantic relationship, it is about you building that new sense of purpose for yourself, staying optimistic. Some of you are opening your heart up to allow yourself to chase your dreams in a hobby or a creative endeavor. Even though this is a love reading or a heart reading, we open the heart in many different ways, Gemini. And I feel like you're putting a lot of passion towards someone or something, especially towards yourself, because first and foremost, you're giving back to yourself here. And this Ace of Wands is a lot of desires, a lot of passion, optimism. Now get ready. Some of you, if you're looking for love or if you're in a relationship, something's coming in hot here where you're feeling really good about it. I like this energy for you, Gemini. Last but not least, let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. And I will read to you the relationship message from the guidebook. And for those of you that are interested in any of the decks that you see used during this reading or any above, you can find all of that information in the description box below. A change in the wind. Boy, oh boy, Gemini, does that sound good for you? It's also card 12, which is that Hanged Man energy. And that Hanged Man is all about seeing things from a new perspective. This is about awareness. Awareness, yes, we have awareness showing up for you. This is about a change in the direction of the winds here. And the relationship message is this. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other, and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down partnerships. So I do feel like if you've been through chaos and conflict here in the past, there's a change to a situation here that's going to bring about this spiritual realization. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. It says these rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. I just seen what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, either on a quote on someone's body as a tattoo, or it could be a quote that you see in front of you, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or it could have been this too shall pass. Some of you may have just said that to yourself, but they're showing me someone is very in tune with maybe quotes or messages, or maybe some of you just received a fortune cookie with a quote on it, or you may come up with a quote that you find in a book. I want to say really soon, if you haven't already. But know that there is going to be a change in the wind here. So whatever this is from the past, it's almost like the winds are blowing in your favor because you've done the work here, Gemini. So pat yourself on the back. You've come a long way. I hope this resonates with you. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'm sending all of you wonderful Geminis tons of love and light. Till next time.